Hello, everyone. Good morning or afternoon, depending on where you are. Happy Thursday. We're almost to the end of the week, and we've already got so many wonderful people on here live and ready to learn. I am very, very excited about this hour. Today, we're going to be talking all about something that's like not a super exciting topic, but it gets me very excited because I'm all about working smarter and not harder. And I think smart systems in your creator business is really, really important in order to help you scale, right? To help you make more money without having to work like 20 hours a day and create 100 videos every day. So let me get started by saying hello to everyone. Chris is here. Hi, Chris. Denise is here. Tracy from Atlanta. Tracy, have you flown over beautiful Chicago anytime recently? Chris from Pennsylvania, yes, and Denise from Texas, yes. Lori Bloom is here. Welcome. Tech Reviews, hello from North Carolina. Welcome, welcome. Review Business Academy is here. Doug, welcome. Fluencer Fruit is here. Thank you for joining us this morning, afternoon. Liz, I hope everyone caught the Fluencer Fruit live office hours the hour before us here over on the Fluencer Fruit channel. I'm going to put up the channel just so you guys make sure that you subscribe and follow and join those office hours every Thursday, the hour before we go live here. Let's see, Intangible Ideas. Welcome. I don't get to make the lives often, but glad to be here. I'm very excited you're here too. Amy is here. Hello from Tennessee. Love it. Love it. Let's see. K Convo Product Picks is here. Bob is here. Try It with Bry is here. Welcome, welcome. Clay is here. Skate Tutors from Pennsylvania. Doug said my snow melted. Oh, wait, I haven't seen snow in 5 years. Don't come visit me. I'm looking at snow. It's on top of my pool. That's what I get to say for being here. Snow's on top of my pool. So someday we'll use it again. Karen's here. Good morning. Good morning. Deb is here. JFF West Coast. Good morning. Yes. Pioneer Smokehouses. Here we are. Here we are. Yes. Made it from we made it from Liz and Austin. Yes, Fluencer Fruit. Love it. I love how everyone is just getting acquainted, right? Thank you. Karen said red looks fantastic. Thank you. I usually don't wear red because I don't think it looks fantastic on me, but thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. I'm wearing red because we're like almost to Valentine's Day. I think last year we had a live stream on Valentine's Day. It was very exciting. I like Valentine's Day. It just makes people smile for the most part, right? Makes people smile. It's all about love and caring. And gosh, we certainly need more of that in this world these days. So thank you, Karen. You made my day. So thank you for that compliment. I very much appreciate it. Donna is here. Nakia is here. Heather is here. I love it. I love it. Wonderful epic value data. Yes, thank you. Regina is here with your friendly reminder to give us a thumbs up here. If you guys find these weekly live streams valuable and helpful, which I hope you do, that's why you're here. If you give them a thumbs up, that helps me. That helps YouTube get it out to other people. And you guys could always share it as well if you know somebody who may benefit from this live stream. We've got Netta. We've got reviews by Creative DIY. We've got Eleanor. We've got Rate This Product. I love it from Palm Beach. Thank you. You guys are very, very sweet. Thank you. Like I said, happy almost Valentine's Day, right? I'm feeling the love in the chat. So keep it up. I love it, you guys. So like I said, today we're going to be talking about, and of course, if you guys have any questions or, there's anything that's been on your mind, feel free to throw it in the chat box. I'm going to answer as many questions live as I can. But I want to dive into some of the ways that we can all share with each other and learn from each other about, how do we work smarter as an Amazon influencer? And I do think that the more experience you have with the program, it gets a little bit easier, right? So if you are newer or just getting into the program, or maybe haven't been doing it for too long, it's really easy to get discouraged. it can feel like a lot of work. And I'm not going to lie to you, it is work, right? There's a lot of people out there like, oh, this is the easiest way to make money. And it is an easy way to make money, but it takes work, right? So I'm going to kind of dispel that belief right now in that, like, oh, you can make like a quick buck and, it's really easy and you'll just get paid over and over. And some of that's true, right? But not all of it. So I want to talk about some of the ways that I utilize smart systems in my Amazon creator business and my other businesses. And I want to talk about how you guys do that as well, because I think a big part of these live streams are always the community, right? There are 50 people watching right now, which is so amazing to me. But there's 50 people here that you could potentially learn from. And if you guys have something to share, throw it in the chat. I know. Regina said a lot of people in the house. I know. I feel like there are some very wonderful people that came over from Fluencer Fruit office hours, and yes. So let's dive in. Oh, actually, yes, smash that like button, please, if you guys find these helpful. Super, super helpful for me. Regina said, what is the update on the free Facebook group status? So our free Facebook group got shut down a few weeks ago. We don't know why. Facebook is not really responding to anything with anything that makes sense or any, responses that are helpful. So I think the Facebook group is dead, unfortunately. I was just trying to get it back before I started a new one. So, Regina, I'm going to start a new one and I'll share out the link with you guys as soon as it's ready. But I do think it's such a great and amazingly supportive community. And I'm very sad that it's gone because it's one of the best free resources that we have. We've got lots of free resources, but that was definitely one of them. So, we will most definitely be relaunching the Facebook group. It may have a different name. But you guys will all be the first to know, and hopefully I'll be able to share the link at least next week when we meet for our live stream next week. So 2 quick things on that. We did decide that we're trying to make Influence and Earn, which is our paid program, more accessible to people. We've got some fun things in the works. We've got some awesome updates coming. So we've actually created a $97 a month payment plan for 12 months. It's not a subscription, it's just a payment plan, but it helps you get into the program at a much lower cost, and then you can spread it out over time. So if anyone is interested, I just want to make sure everyone knew that we have just added this $97 a month for 12 months payment plan. You could do $9.97 for the year, or I'm sorry, for the lifetime if you want to save a little bit of money. But I don't know. I just bought a course and I did the payment plan because it wasn't really like that much more, but the money's kind of spread out over time. And then for me personally, it also keeps me motivated to like get in there and continue and do the course, especially when I see that I'm getting charged for it. Right. So honestly, that keeps me motivated, and I've already finished like part of the course that I've purchased. So I'm very excited about that. But yeah, we just want to make it a little bit more accessible. Um, all right, let me see here. So yes, we will let you guys know as soon as the new Facebook group has been launched. It's already been planned out and in the works, so that once we knew we were going to do it, we can kind of just hit the trigger button and go. So that will be coming soon for sure. Oh, good. Kim is here. Kim said, excited. I need help with systems. Yeah, I absolutely. That is just like, so we need systems if we want to scale, right? Because if we're just like willy-nilly, how do we make this work? Like, yeah, you can make a little bit of money, but it's going to be really hard. And I think one of the best things about being able to work smarter and not harder is having the time to learn new things, to create more systems that help you repurpose more, generate more income. So yes, Beth said, yes, they're terrible at customer service. I lost my Instagram years ago. I couldn't get it back and had to start over. Thankfully, that was before I was in the influencer program. Yeah, thankfully. No, that's I don't know what's going on with the Facebook stuff. I don't have a contact within Facebook. Everyone else that I've talked to has said that, or there have been some other people's groups that have been closed down as well. unfortunately. So I don't know if they were just doing like a sweep and what happened with that. But yeah, we'll be starting a new Facebook group. So as soon as it's ready, I'll send it out to you guys. Love it. All right. Let's see here. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yep. 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 Yeah. So with live streaming, yep, let me answer that and then I'm gonna go into some of our systems. Hang on, where did somebody had a question? Yes, Lizbel said, just checking with you. I know you said you've done live streaming before on Amazon. Do you have a video or on Influence and Earn on how to work with OBS? I do not because I don't work with OBS. And I think Doug nailed it when he said if someone could simplify how to use OBS, they could print money. I agree with you. The live streaming, I do not have a tutorial on OBS because I don't use it because it is very incredibly complicated. Like, so for this, yeah, I'm sure there's some really good videos out there. I personally not have one because I don't use it. I'm using Restream right now. I like Restream for the most part. It makes it easy to do certain things. So I've been using Restream, but Restream is also what I've used with my Amazon Lives. So if you're in Influence and Earn, actually I have that on the roadmap for live streaming, and we did a training in our Q4 mastermind last year all about live streaming. But I use Restream. I like it. It's easy. Yes, it costs money, but I can do cool things like putting up this QR code or putting up some text that I'm about to share with you guys as we move into some of my favorite tips and systems for working smarter on your content with Amazon. So yes, StreamYard is also a really good one. I like that. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see here. I know. I think one of the hardest things about losing like a Facebook group or an Instagram account or like anything like that is those people are gone, right? So the good news is that I have an email list from everybody that signed up and submitted their emails, right? So you guys probably get my emails anyway, but so that's why everyone will be emailed once the new Facebook group is up and and ready. But yeah, it's we'll get there. It's not Facebook is secondary, right? That's why like I collect people's emails so that I can email you guys and let you know what's going on, and I'm not just posting in a Facebook group, that is now gone. So, okay, I want to dive into, and of course, if you guys have questions along the way, please go ahead and put them in there. But I have a couple topics as far as like working smarter and creating systems. And I want to hear your feedback. Like, I want to hear what works for you guys too, because one of the best things is how we share here, right? Like, yes, I'm kind of hosting, but we're all here sharing our tips and strategies because we want to see each other succeed. So, let me get into our first. I do have some prepared for you guys. Okay, so and with Restream, I can do these fun little captions here, right? So now everybody who's watching knows what we're talking about. So what does working smarter actually mean? It's not necessarily doing less, right? Like, of course, we all want to do less. I want to do less, but there's so much to do all the time, so it doesn't really seem realistic. But what it is more about, it's about doing the right things and then letting them compound, right? And so, like, what are the right things? And that's going to be different for different people, right? What are the right things that are working for you in your Amazon influencer business, right? And then how can you compound that? So, kind of looking at like, making videos about everything versus making videos strategically for products. And again, I think it really depends on where you are in your Amazon influencer journey, because when you're in the beginning, it's much more important to get that system down of creating the content, right? Versus making sure that all those products are going to sell well. That comes later because it takes practice to make great content that converts on Amazon. Maybe it comes to you quicker than it comes to, somebody else. But practice is always good for everything, right? So like I said, when you are starting out, I do recommend you make videos about not everything, right? I always joke about toilet paper, and we do have a running joke in Influence and Earn about rugs and how much money they don't make. But when you're getting started, it's definitely beneficial to create content about as much as you can. But when you're ready to scale, right, and move on to that next step, now you need to be strategic about that content, because if you churn out 100 videos a week, but they don't really convert and they're not really what the Amazon customer is looking for, it's not going to be a great use of your time versus going back and looking at your analytics and finding the videos that are being shown the most every month by Amazon, and finding the videos that are attached to the products that are giving you the most income earned in any particular week or month, right? So that's why it's important to know where you kind of fall as far as your experience, but you can take it either way. If you're very good at creating videos, you've been doing this for a long time, you can jump right into strategic content creation and not necessarily go through your order history and create videos for everything, right? But one other thing too is that certain videos, and this comes with volume, of course, right? Not every video is going to take off. It's like YouTube, right? Maybe you make 20 videos and the 20th video is the one that takes off. And, now you have 10,000 subscribers and that's the one video that did it. But it took you all those other videos, right, in order to get there. So it's also similar with Amazon, right? I've gone back and looked at my stats, and I've seen videos that I uploaded literally 4 years ago. We did a training on this for anyone that was in the Q4 mastermind. I know Chris was there and Allie was there and a couple of other of you guys were there. But some of that content really does withstand the test of time. I had some of my last December, when I did this analysis, I had some of my top performing videos that were getting seen the most and earning me the most were literally 4 years old. And they were not good videos because they were 4 years old, right? They were not good. And I kind of cringed every time I saw them, but they were still earning me money. And so for me, going back and watching those videos, I learned something about maybe what is Amazon looking for, right? Because those videos withstood the test of time. So creating videos like that, obviously you have to create in order to get to that place. But just know that once you get a decent amount of videos under your belt, they're posted on your storefront, you can go back and look at those analytics and figure out ways to be more strategic with your content and your time ultimately, right? Because that is what we are talking about here. All right, so let me see here if we have any questions. What are we talking about? 440. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I did say 4 years. Yes, 4 years. Oh, you guys. Okay. Anyhow, so if you guys have questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat. Oh, Doug said, I'm considering changing my rug video format to a taste test because my puppy, oh my gosh, yeah, I know. Because my puppy seems to really like to eat them. I can do an A versus B. Which one does she prefer to eat? Doug, I think that's kind of brilliant. I know we talked about this when we had our call. That's kind of brilliant because, like, honestly, if I have a puppy that chews rugs, I want to know which one, like, maybe tastes worse so that I wouldn't buy that one. I like that. Love it. Let me see here. Body by Nality said, hi, are the analytics for which videos are being watched only available to view influencer fruit? No. So if you go to, actually, and I saved this. So if you want to look at your video analytics, so there's two ways to look at them. You can go to your manage content page, right, which you can navigate from your storefront, and that will give you a little bit of information. But I go to the Creator Hub dashboard, which I'm going to put this link right here so you guys can make sure that you can access it as well. This is where I'm looking at my video stats. And just so you know, the stats, though, are on a rolling 30-day basis. So if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of this page, it'll tell you the last time that those stats were updated. But it's only counting the last 30 days. So that's what's relevant, right? So I can't go look and see like what video got the most views over the last year, but I can if I look at my stats monthly, right? So I'll download those stats and I'll save them so I have them. But that's what I'm looking at so that I can see the watch through rate, right? Are people watching at least 50% through? That's always my personal goal. Um, and then how many views did each video get over the last 30 days? Where Fluencer Fruit comes in is they will then show you the conversion rate and then the placement of your videos. So it's extra information. That's also obviously things that I'm looking at, right? I want to know the estimated conversion rate. I want to know where my videos are also being placed. So you can see some of that information, definitely video views and watch through rate, and then Fluencer Fruit has the additional stats. So if you guys are not already signed up for Fluencer Fruit, I highly recommend it. This is my affiliate link if you want to check it out. But I use this every day. This is my number one product research tool that I've used from the get-go. And this is the tool that will give you that additional information about conversion rate and video placement when you are looking at the Creator Hub dashboard. So I hope that's helpful. You can see some, but not everything, right? Excuse me. All right. Yes, ready to learn, ready to learn. I love it. Little Urbanite said, I want to break bad habits when creating content, but not totally sure what my bad habits are. Well, you're reading my mind because that is one of the things that we're going to talk about is some of those kind of bad habits, right? How am I saving just an Excel file? Yes, exactly. I'm either copying and pasting or downloading depending on where the information is. But with Fluencer Fruit, you can download all that information, which again is just another reason why I love it. But if you want to, I mean, you can copy and paste it and just put it in Excel or download it with Fluencer Fruit. Oh, yay, Eileen is here. Welcome, Eileen. Multitasking but listening. I love it. I love it. Nothing wrong with that. um, yes. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and kind of move on to the next one since I've got a few that I want to go through. All right. So we talked about the first one, working smarter, right? Looking at that content, like what's working, and also placing your strategy based on kind of where you are in your Amazon influencer journey. But one thing, okay, so this is really, really critical. And this is like you could start with it now, or you can build it into your strategy after you have, your first 100 videos up on your storefront, right? But this is something that I preach about all the time. Everyone should be doing this. Create content once, but then earn repeatedly. And this is like, so creating great content so that it lasts, right? So that it's not just getting rotated in, not converting, and then getting rotated out of the carousels, right? But we want to make sure that we are finding the right products that will earn us repeatedly, and then doing the right tasks or systems or processes to make sure that that content can continually, repeatedly earn for us, right? So, it's kind of like your goal isn't necessarily more content. I mean, it is, right? You always want to be creating content, but it's more of how can I make sure that this content has a longer lifespan? So, this can kind of be interpreted as finding those evergreen products, right? Because you want to make sure that you have, and some of my best converting products are very much evergreen products. They're not seasonal. Those do very well when the season pops up, and you should absolutely have videos about seasonal items every season as you go through the years. But you have to have those evergreen products that are selling well all year long, because that's the only way you're going to earn from products well all year long, right? Is to find those products, find the products that are in evergreen demand, find the products that have multiple variations, size, color. They come in, right, different sizes, different colors. There's multiple variations because that will also help you to make smarter content that converts better. Because if people look at your video for the blue shirt, but you mention, hey, it comes in a variety of colors, including red and yellow, right? People might be like, oh, cool. I'm just going to get the red color because she said in her video it does come in red and that's my favorite color. So looking to those products too can be a smart way to kind of maximize your content there. And What else? And repurposing. Obviously, when you are creating content, you want it to last long. You want it to be evergreen. But the more you put it out there and repurpose that content, the more likely people are going to be able to see it and watch your videos and click on your links and purchase the item that you are recommending so that you can earn your money, right? So make sure that you're creating content for evergreen products and make sure that you're repurposing, whether that's to international marketplaces, whether that's on YouTube, right? Whether that's like creating a second video about the same product that you created a video for 6 months ago, and now you're saying, here's my update, right? There's a lot of different ways that you can kind of do this as far as creating once and earning repeatedly, whether it's evergreen content or whether it's repurposing. Yes. Let's see here. Any questions? Oh, thank you. Body by Nality said, very helpful. You helped me get an on-site commission, and I'll always be grateful. Oh, that makes me so happy. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that worked. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. I've got some conversation. Yep. Okay. Pioneer Smokehouse said I turned off DoorDash today. Yes. Amber said, Kathleen, do you still have a mastermind? It's not going right now, but we're actually going to be, you'll be hearing about it in the next week or so. Yeah, we're going to be getting one started up very soon. Very soon. And yes, or you can email me if you want the information right away. It's just not ready yet, but we will. Yeah, we're going to be launching another mastermind very soon. So if anyone's interested in that, you guys will hear about that next week. Anyone use more than Fluencer Fruit? Yes. I use Fluencer Fruit, and then I also use Oink. I'll put my Oink. I love Oink for a lot of different reasons. This is my affiliate link. So Oink and Fluencer Fruit, I have found work really, really well together because they don't do the same things, but they complement each other. So Fluencer Fruit, I use that for product research, and then Oink, I use that for getting creator connections, campaigns, like to find those automatically because there's so many creator connections campaigns now, and there has been for a long time. But Oink helps you do that automatically, like find things that you've already created content for, find the products you've already created content for, and then find those creator connections campaigns so you can automatically opt into those to make sure you're not leaving any money on the table. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff it does, like templates that you can use to reach out to brands, which I have found very helpful. Those are my two favorite ones, right? So, oops, sorry. And let me see. Yes, Oink and Fluencer Fruit are mine. Yes. Viral View is another one. I know a lot of people use that one. Yes. Okay. Oink. Yes, a lot of plus ones to Oink. Oh, and Keepa. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Doug, for calling out Keepa. I know that's on my list to make a video for too, Keepa. I like Keepa as well. It is a free Chrome extension. Yeah, that seems to be oh, and Jungle Scout. Yes, and Jungle Scout. Fluencer Fruit, Oink, Valview, Jungle Scout, and Keepa are all the ones that everyone's recommending. Keepa I love because what it will do, and this one's totally free, which of course I love. You can upgrade, but you don't need the upgrade. You download it from the Chrome store, and then it will give you not only the price history, that's when you're on the Amazon product page, right? It will give you the price history, but then it will also give you the in-stock rate. So there's other things that it will do too. It will tell you how many sellers, were on there and what the buy box was and all that, but it's very beneficial. So you can see, yes, the price, especially if it's something that you are going to be investing in, right? But you can also see the in-stock rate, right? So if you're like negotiating with a seller or you're like, should I buy this and create content? You can go look at Keepa and see what the in-stock rate has been over the last, I think it's 3 months is free. And then maybe if you go more, it's paid. I can't remember, but I only have the free version and it works really well for me. So yes, all of them are overkill, but I think it's a preference to what each person likes. Totally. You do not need all of them. Oh my gosh. You do not need all of them. I know some of these do the same things. Like you don't necessarily need like Jungle Scout Influencer Fruit, because I think Influencer Fruit gives you the sales data now, right? And plus, it's kind of on the product page, at least the estimates, right? It'll say like 50 plus purchase this month or 1,000 plus, right? But yes, Influencer Fruit said Jungle Scout is still running a lifetime license price too. I gotta say, I really love using the extension for Jungle Scout. I don't use the other part of it, but I do use the extension. And there's a lot of information about like the purchase history like over the last year or 2 years, so you can really focus in on like certain seasonal products. How long has the product been on Amazon? Like, how did it do when it first launched? Did it do well? Did it spike up? Has it not? Right? So yeah, I like Jungle Scout for that, as far as the Chrome extension goes too. Body by Nality said your Fluencer Fruit affiliate link in the chat opens a black screen. Your page isn't turned on yet. Oh yes, Fluencer Fruit pulls the Amazon sales estimate. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. I may have to ask you, Liz, about that. Let me click on it and see if it. Oop, I don't think I can click on it. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to check on that. Fluencer Fruit, can you send the link? I thought I had. Okay. I don't know why. Sorry, guys. I don't know why that's not working. I haven't changed it, but that doesn't mean that something isn't down there. I'm pretty sure if you go to my, I don't know, let me see if this works. Sorry, you guys. I want to make sure everybody can get it if they want to. Here, let me just put it in the chat. Thank you, Liz. I think I got it. If you guys just go to my website and then /Fluencer Fruit, and I just put it in the chat. So thank you. Yeah, I know, right? Tech, it happens. Yes. So yes, there's my Fluencer Fruit link. Sorry about that. It's KathleenCoble.com/Fluencer Fruit, and that should get you to where you need to be. All right. So yeah, the create once, earn repeatedly system. So now I want to talk about workflow. I want to talk about workflow really quickly. And I got a phone call that I'm very, very sorry that I just need to actually get back to him. All right. The weekly workflow system. So Amazon isn't ruining your life. Practice boundaries and practice batching, right? And like I said, these systems and this information is going to look different for everybody, but that's why I'm kind of presenting it. And I want, your feedback, because everybody has a different weekly workflow, right? I know some people that make 100 videos a week, and I know some people that make 5 videos a week. And I know some people that make 500 videos a week, and that's crazy, right? And their workflow is probably amazing. But the important thing is that you don't want to get burned out. And you definitely don't want Amazon, you don't want to feel like Amazon is ruining your life and that this is like a job, right? This is like, I mean, it is your job, but we want it to be fun, right? Yes, workflow is much needed. And I love seeing what other people do as well, right? Because sometimes we may be looking at, we may have a little bit of tunnel vision because it's like the same way we've been doing everything since day one. And I'm here to tell you that there's probably always a better system than what you're doing. It's just a matter of figuring it out, talking to the right people, doing the right research, watching the right videos, right? But you guys are in the right place for that. So I'm curious and I know it's kind of hard to do it in like, one sentence, but like, what is your weekly workflow look like? Do you do 1 day of product research and creator connections outreach? Do you do 1 day of batch filming, right? And creating content? Do you do 1 day where you just sit there and edit videos for half the day, right? You want to make sure, again, that you're not getting burned out, but that's why I have under here, practice boundaries and batching. And Doug said, boundaries, what the hell are those? I don't know. I don't have a lot of them. I'm not, but I know boundaries, like, I think I know as an entrepreneur, right? As an entrepreneur, boundaries are so hard working from home. I mean, I have access to my office 24/7, right? I can work whenever I want, but I have certain boundaries in place or I don't enter my office during certain points of the day or the week, right? Specifically when I get home from picking up my kids from school. I do not enter my office for at least an hour after that. I'm not like, hey guys, wait, I gotta do, unless it's like an emergency, right? But like for the most part, right, I'm spending that first hour with my kids because we're doing snack and we're doing homework and we're talking about what we got to do that night and all that all that stuff. Um, that's one of the boundaries that I have as far as like not working during, that one time. I don't even come into my office during that 1 hour after school. Um, but but there are certain days where I pick them up early, right? And I'm like, okay, mommy still has 2 hours to work. So here's what you guys are gonna be doing, and then I'm gonna go to my office. So setting those boundaries and just making it really clear, right? Because I could also work all day long on Saturdays and Sundays, pending, family events and sports activities and all that. But I really, really try to take Saturdays off. I'll answer emails or, messages sometimes, but I really try to focus on like family time for Saturdays, right? And that's not helping you guys with your Amazon influencer business. But examples of boundaries are important because that boundary does translate into my business, right? And I think because I don't really work too much on Saturdays, and that's a boundary that I've set for myself, Sunday for me is like a full on work day, right? Like I'm very motivated to work on Sundays. Again, it depends on what I have going on, right? But Sundays are I'm working, I'm being productive, and that is an expectation I have for me. That is a habit that I've created for myself. My family knows I do stuff on Sundays, whether it's in the home or whatever. But having those boundaries in place set the tone for me for Sunday, Monday to be my two like most productive days of the week because I have that boundary on Saturday, right? Um, Same with batching, right? Do you guys batch? Do you guys batch your content? I hope you do. I mean, you can't do it all the time, right? Sometimes it's just like an impulsive, I'm gonna pull out my camera and make a quick video. I'm not gonna, plan it and batch it if I'm just feeling inspired and I can do it. But batching, of course, is going to save you so much time because when you're doing the same tasks, it makes it so much easier and you're saving time, right? Because it does take time to move to a different task, to pivot to doing something else. So yeah, I think batching is also really important. I literally put in my calendar when I'm creating content. Like tomorrow, I have hours blocked out for certain videos that I have to do, and that's what I'm gonna do. Because if I don't do that, it's really easy just to be like, well, I mean, I don't have to do it today. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow, or maybe I'll do it on Sunday or Monday, right? Um, I put that in my calendar. I batch. I've got my 3 hours. Here's what we're working on. Here's the topics. Here's the videos. And that's planned in my calendar for tomorrow. So if somebody says, hey, are you available for a meeting tomorrow at this time? I am not, right? Because I've already got something going on, even though it doesn't involve somebody else. It involves, me batching, but also a boundary for me. All right, so that's my rant about that. Monet Christine said, dang, I have no boundaries. It's okay. You're here. So make one boundary for yourself today. Make one, right? Yes. Denise said, I batch film samples. I film personal products that I've researched to purchase as they come in, and I use them for the first time. Yes, yes, I love that. I have like a whole. There's like always a pile of boxes from Amazon or from brands, right? And so like I have my piles, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna work on this pile today. This pile, we're gonna open everything, we're gonna test it out, we're gonna video it, we're gonna do voiceovers, we're gonna edit, whatever. Yeah, it makes everything just a little bit easier, right? Let's see here. Chris said, yes, make little chunks or blocks of what I need to do, like videos, and then a time block to edit it, and then post. Sometimes I just do little blocks of 1 to 2 items, then a load of laundry, then another block. Chris, that's how I pretty much work too. And I'll always find, especially when I'm doing the Amazon videos, I will get very inspired, right? If I'm doing laundry, it's like, oh, I didn't create content for this new shirt that I just got off of Amazon that I wore the other day, right? Oh, I've got some pictures of that. I'm just upload those pictures. So I know you get inspired sometimes. JFF West Coast Honor, that's Deb said, that's why I love the community groups. Little epiphanies, little tweaks add up. They really do. They really do. Like I'm assuming everybody's got at least one piece of information that they're going to walk away with after this hour that they didn't have before they got here. And that's the goal, right? That's the goal, is that we're here to, yeah, learn from me, but to learn from each other, because my systems and processes aren't going to work for everybody. But if we all share, right, and let people know what are you doing, what am I doing, and different things work for different people. And this is how we get the ideas to figure out what works best for us, right? Yes, I batch when I have the product. Batching on the couch is the best. I am terrible with time management. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, time management is really, really hard, but that's why, like I said, I literally put in my Google Calendar, because then it pops up on my phone too. It pops up and it says, hey, in 10 minutes, you've got a 3 hour, you got 3 hours to record videos for Amazon, right? So you got to do what works for you, right? Tech Review said, anyone also do UGC here outside of Amazon? Yeah, I mean, everybody really should be. Everybody really should be doing UGC, or at least offering. And UGC is user generated content, right? And that's what we're already creating for Amazon, right? It's just a matter of getting it out there into other places. Yes, definitely. It's a great way to make money with brands. It's a fantastic way to make money with brands. We have a brand webinar if you guys are interested. Where is it? Yes, I think this is the right link. But if you guys want to check this out, this was a training that we did on how to land paid brand deals. And I mean, Amazon is my forte. So I brought in somebody who only teaches and does brand deals. So if you guys want to check that out, this is the free class. I'm pretty sure that's the right link. I hope that's the right link. But this is a free class that we offered. Make sure you sign up and check it out. This is my friend Nina from Sidewalker Daily. She only does brand deals, right? And I think some of you guys joined the course, like I did, like to get that extra next step. But the free training is, I mean, I got some serious like ahas. If you are like, brand deals are on your roadmap for this year, this quarter, and January, February, March are pretty good times, especially with the larger companies, because they're renewing their ad budgets and all that good stuff. So check out this free training, because there's a lot of really good information in there. I think you'll learn at least a thing or two for sure. Yeah, brand deals is amazing. And actually, Nina's going to be on our live stream on, I think it's March 12th. Nina will be coming on a live stream to talk about brand deals, which I'm very excited about. So make sure you watch the free training, because she's going to be coming on in a few weeks. So yeah, we'll be talking about brand deals. Speaking of that, let's see here. Yes, time. Love it. Speaking of that, we just put out the calendar for the rest of the month. This is the link. I know I'm just throwing links at you guys, but it's all free stuff. This is the link to our weekly live stream calendar, so you guys can see what we have coming up. We've got next week, and we've got the following week in February. We'll be adding March very soon, because we pretty much have it all buttoned up now for March. But make sure you guys check out the free event calendar here. That's the Google Calendar. You can download it, or you can add it to your calendar, whatever. And I know we're still not done with our awesome systems, but I just have to make sure that everybody knows that we have a very, very special live stream coming up next week. And that is going to be with myself and with Doug, who is on here. We're going to be talking about YouTube for Amazon creators. Make sure you guys download the calendar here, so that it'll pop up on your calendar when we go live. And definitely make sure you join us next week, when Doug and I will be going live right here, same place, same time. And we're going to be talking about Doug's amazing strategies for YouTube. And we've already discussed this, and Doug has some just incredible strategies and things to share with you guys. So Doug, I hope that was okay that I that I shared with everybody. But yeah, so we will be talking about YouTube next week. Wonderful. All right. Oh, good. Okay. Yes, that is the correct link for the free training from Nina. Love it. The brand deal meeting was so awesome. Yes, I know, Christina, you were there. I love it. Yes, Nina's the queen for pitching brands. Absolutely, she is. Yes, Tech Review said have to check that out. Always like to see everyone's perspective. Totally agree, right? Because she comes from, I'm going to throw that up one more time since you guys, thankfully, thank you so much, reaffirm that that's the right training. She, like I said, she dropped some things that like everybody was like, oh, I didn't think about that. But yeah, I agree with you, Tech Reviews, because it's definitely interesting to like see what people are doing with things we're doing that are not in our space, right? So like Nina is not really in the Amazon influencer space, and but she does brand deals. She does UGC. And so I think, you can definitely learn something from her, but seeing it outside of like the bubble, that we're in was very eye-opening. Very, very eye-opening for me and for a lot of people. I know that. Um, Wonderful. All right. I'm glad that was helpful. I try to have resources. If you guys say a certain thing, I'm like, oh, I try to have a good resource for you. Yes, everyone's very excited for Doug. I'm very excited for Doug. Yes, we'll be here. Doug will be joining me next week. So Doug, I'll send you all the info. I know I haven't done that yet. I'm sorry. But the calendar is live and we will be doing that next week. Yeah, she is super strong in the travel influencer space. She is. Yeah, she's got like a whole like section attached to that. I like that. Regina said yesterday I clicked the notify me links in YouTube for future lives with Kathleen, so it comes across my phone as a reminder. Ooh, that's good to know. Thank you. I didn't even really know you could do that. Yeah, so click the notify me in YouTube. Cool. Thank you for sharing that, Regina. That's awesome. Okay, let's see. I do have two more quick tips. I'm going to go through these very quickly because we are approaching the top of the hour, and I'm trying to make sure that I get through everything that I wanted to share with you guys. And then, of course, we'll answer questions at the end here. Okay, so we kind of talked about this just a little bit. Time wasters. This is something that has to be a part of your systems, your processes, because we all have time wasters. We're all guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. I waste time sometimes. And then I regret it immediately, of course. But I also put in here, right? Like Amazon income grows from leverage, not from perfection. And this is just something that like we always talk about, especially in Influence and Earn, like just progress over perfection. If we all waited till our videos were absolutely perfect before we publish them on Amazon or YouTube or wherever we're going to publish them, I mean, I would never have published a video. I would never have published a video if I waited until it was perfect. And so there are things that we need to look at, right, that are wasting our time. What is something that's wasting your time right now? I'm going to give you some examples because I'm guilty of all of these things. But the first step, right, is to identify. The first step is to identify the things that are time wasters for you. So some of those things could be like over editing videos. I hear a lot of people say like it takes me so long to make a video because I record it and then I edit it and I just want it to be like so close to perfect. Over editing videos is one of the biggest time wasters that you can eliminate. Amazon videos do not have to be highly produced. They should not be highly produced. And in fact, I think that it's really valuable, not necessarily to like leave in mistakes, but to make sure that you show the Amazon customer like that you're a real person too. So like it's okay if you say once or twice in your video. Don't say it 400 times because that'll get people to click off your video. But if you say it once or twice and you're not editing out every single it kind of makes you come across more authentically, right? Like you're a real person and you're just in front of the camera talking openly and honestly about your experience with this particular product instead of right cutting out every little thing that doesn't need to be there. That's kind of more the YouTube editing style. You do need to like hold that attention when you are creating those videos for YouTube, but for Amazon, don't get caught in the over editing trap because you could edit for way longer than you need to. And now that's taking away time from you creating more content or from you finding more products to create that content about, right? So does anybody here feel like they over edit videos? I feel like probably a lot of people do. Um, yes, let's see here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Doom scrolling for sure. Game cams are a giant time waster. I can't seem to say no. Yes, yes. If I didn't edit, Lori said, if I didn't edit, I would say 400 times. Hey, that's okay. That's okay. So just edit out like half of them, you know? Oh, I love it. Yes, over editing. I would also say, and you all can disagree with me because some people won't see this as a time waster, but like checking your dashboards like multiple times a day um, could be a time waster, right? Are you checking your stats more than once a day? I mean, maybe 2 or 3 times, okay. But like, gosh, when we could go look at like the real time sales, sure, it was fun, but it was always disappointing because Amazon would take away half the sales, right? Because they weren't qualified purchases or whatever. And like, I don't think we can even see that information now. But like, I remember going to do that once or twice and being like, all right, I'm going to put this boundary on myself and I'm not going to look at this report anymore because it's not very helpful. It takes up a lot of my time. And then I always get pissed off when I see like, oh, I got, 100 sales by 10 a.m. yesterday, but I only have like 50 that went through by the end of the day, as of tomorrow or, the next day. And it's like, why am I even looking at this information? It's not commissioned earned. Maybe I could learn something about videos that people are watching for products that I haven't created content for, but that seems like kind of a stretch for the amount of time, that it takes to go through those reports, right? So obsessing over those dashboards multiple times a day, looking at things that aren't necessarily relevant right now, or just like looking at them all day, it's taking away time from being productive and making more content that will make you more money, right? So there's a couple other ones, but what I want you to ask yourself, like, what's stealing time from you, right? Like, what is stealing time from you, and how can you put a boundary on that and eliminate it or lessen it, right? So yeah, yes. Lil Urbanite said, I spend a lot of time getting samples that don't make money. Yep. I really do think that and Grandpa's random review said, I love editing for sure, but I over edit, but I love it. So I'm good with it. That's why I said these things are going to work for different people, right? So like if you love editing, oh my gosh, you should have a service and like edit people's videos. Like but yeah, I think there's also like a learning curve with getting the samples that don't make money, right? Because I think some of the smaller brands, well, I know some of the smaller brands that are giving out the samples more readily, right? They're smaller brands. They want to give the sample because they need to build up their brand, or, it's the larger brands that are not as forthcoming with the samples, right? But it's a process, right? But it's also a good thing to learn, right? So that you're never gonna be able to figure out the better brands and the better products if you don't like just get started. So I have wasted so much time sending messages to brands on creator connections. I've wasted time doing cold pitches. I've wasted time doing, videos that were like, meh, I was like, well, I'm not really sure what to say. So I'm just gonna do a quick video and like hope for the best. And then, it didn't do well because I didn't make it good, right? So I think we're all a little bit guilty of some of these time wasting strategies. Yeah, perfect. Rate this product that I never edit my videos, just try to include value. And that's a great strategy. Tons of people don't edit their videos. And I think if there's one platform that you can upload unedited videos to, it is absolutely Amazon. Yes, yes. Yes, do what makes you money is my first boundary. I love it. Brilliant. That should be on a poster, like for real. Do what makes you money first. I also think that's a really good call out because, right? Because sorry, I'm just taking a little note here. That's how I prioritize my to-do list. What is making me money right now? And what are the tasks that I need to continue to do to make that money? And what are the things that I should be focusing on to make more of that money from where it is already coming from, right? So, yes, yes, I love that. Okay, I have one other quick tip, and then I'll answer as many questions as I can. Hang on, let me get my where is it? Where is it? Simplifying your strategy. This is my very last tip. This is the fifth tip. But it's relevant for, see, I'm saying ums and you guys are still here and I can't edit this out because it's a live stream. So, how beginners and advanced creators can simplify their strategy, right? Because I know we've talked about some strategies and some are simple, some are complicated, but at the end of the day, and I am so guilty of making things overcomplicated, and I've put in a lot of time and effort and work to train my brain to simplify things because that's not how it usually is, right? That's not how my brain works. It's not very simple. It's pretty complex, just probably like your guys's are. But for a very long time, I tended to overcomplicate things, right? So, how can you simplify, not more complicated, right? How can you simplify the things that you're already doing? How can you simplify new processes that you're bringing into your business without overcomplicating them? Because the simpler it is, the easier it is going to be to execute. And I got to say, in my experience of being an online entrepreneur, usually the simpler it is, the better it is, the more successful it is. So, as many things as you can simplify in your workflow, in your systems, in your content creation, um, batching, calendar, all of the things, right? What can you simplify, even if it's just one thing, right? Like something for me, I put a time limit on certain things, right? I'll put a time limit on my video editing, or I'll put a time limit on even like trying out a product. Because I know that if I don't do that, and oh my gosh, time limits on product research, like I literally have like a thing that I do time limits for product research because I've gone down the rabbit hole and wasted hours and hours and hours and have come up with nothing, right? Especially like, when you're talking about the seller side, it's hard. You can just keep going and going and going. So figuring out how to simplify, like I said, I simplify because I literally have this that's in my face, like 10 minutes. I need to buy, or I need to get, product XYZ. I'm going to spend 10 minutes in creator connections, doing product research, using Influencer Fruit, 10 minutes. And then I'm going to pick the top 3 things and I'm going to try to get samples out of those and maybe I'll buy one. Right. So, again, that's just one of my systems. That's one of the things that I've done to simplify something that was taking a really long time that really shouldn't have taken that long. But everybody has different ways that they do things. And so hopefully that was helpful. Yeah, exactly. Analysis paralysis, right? Says Liz, Influencer Fruit. And that's why I use Fluencer Fruit. Oh, I love it. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and wrap this up. Yes, Beth said definitely guilty of over editing, but I'm getting better. Yes, let it go. But like I said earlier, like that's one of the things though that like as creators, like we just have to be aware, right? What's working for us, what's not working for us, and it really is very beneficial to take the time to sit back and analyze that and figure that out. So hopefully that is something that you guys were able to do over this last hour. Hopefully some of the tips and the strategies that we talked about were helpful for you. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, but I did just want to make sure everybody knows that we have a limited time payment plan going for Influence and Earn. Instead of $9.97 upfront, we've made it $97 a month for 12 payments, right? And then you're done. But I wanted to make it more accessible to people that maybe don't have a big chunk of change that they can just put down on this. It's been a very, very helpful program for many people. A lot of you guys are already in Influence and Earn. So if you're already in, you can disregard this message. Thank you guys for being here. But yeah, anyone who's interested, I've got some emails just saying that like the upfront cost just wasn't feasible, but that they wanted to join. So this was our kind of compromise here, and that you can still get in for $97, and it's just you pay a little bit over the next year and then you have access forever. So if you guys are interested, check that out. Thank you everyone so much for joining. Do not miss next week. I'm going to put this graphic back up here. Do not miss next week when Doug will be joining me live, and we're going to be talking about YouTube strategies for Amazon creators. Doug is in the chat. Doug, you are, of course, very much welcome to let everyone know who you are. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. It's Review Business Academy is one of the channels, but make sure that you guys subscribe to Doug so that you are prepared for next week when we chat live all about some of his best YouTube strategies. We're going to be talking about content creation. We're going to be talking about the difference between Amazon and YouTube. So many great things. So yeah, definitely don't miss that. And here is the calendar just to make sure everybody has access to the calendar. We've got the calendar updated through February. We've got our next, actually today, next week is Doug. And then the following week, we've got that up to, and March will be published very soon as well. So make sure you guys grab that calendar. Thank you everyone so much for joining live. Yes, great info. Love engaging with other creators. That is what we are here to do. Karen said, thanks everyone. Have a great weekend. Yes, everyone, please have a great weekend. Like I said, don't forget to join us next week. Keep creating that content. Do something in your systems to simplify it. Make sure you set up those boundaries, right? I know boundaries are so incredibly hard, but put some sort of boundary that makes it better for you, that makes your life easier. And next week we'll be back with Doug talking all about YouTube for Amazon creators. There's going to be so many great nuggets of information. So make sure you join us. And of course, I'll send an email out next week to make sure that you are aware and a reminder. So until then, thank you everyone. Have a